In 2023, Mother Nature put on the show of a lifetime.
Oh my gosh, we have a sideways tornado. Sideways tornado.
Day after day, storm chasers across the country were dazzled by wondrous sights in the sky. A storm season like that only happens a few times in a lifetime. Surely it would be a long wait before we'd get another season like 2023. Right?
Alrighty, we are in front of a tornado-warned storm just south of Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. This storm had a history of a large destructive tornado.
On February 8th, a record-setting tornado terrorized southern Wisconsin. In the dark winter evening, an EF1 tornado struck farms just south of Evansville. This would be the first time a tornado had ever been recorded in Wisconsin during the month of February. Moments later, an EF2 tornado would narrowly miss the center of Evansville as it tore a 26-mile path of destruction.
Look at all this. It's just swept everything away.
Morning light revealed devastating damage as 130-mile-per-hour winds destroyed farmsteads with agricultural equipment crushed like tin cans. Just a few days later, I'd find myself in northern Illinois, as a rare wintertime risk for significant tornadoes was in place.
This storm is going through a merger right now, so we have one cell to our south that's merging in with a larger complex of storms.
It was hard to tell if the ice on the ground was snow or hail.
Oh my god.
But the sound gave us a good clue.
Look at that guy! Cord punch in the head!
From the distance, we captured an EF0 tornado as this aggressive supercell twisted across the Illinois farmlands.
This thing is a monster, holy cow. Talk about February. Jeez.
59. To repeat, a tornado is on the ground. Take cover now.
The northeast road options allowed us to follow this storm right into the Chicago suburbs, where we got a reminder of how cold it was outside.
These are pretty good stones. Want to try one?
On March 4th, early season supercells continued their rampage along the Wisconsin-Illinois border.
Holy cow, look at that. We could have a big tornado forming right there. They smell fresh manure feeding into the thing. It's a little bit disorganized now. It just cycled there and it came really close to putting something down. We had a huge wall cloud right behind us. And it's starting to wrap up again. See it rotating right behind us?
From our perspective, plumes of dusty debris were beginning to spin up under this rotating wall cloud.
Dust cloud right there!
Chasers surrounding this circulation, including ourselves, were duped into thinking that this was a tornado. However, this was actually a wimpy decoy known as a gustnado. Gustnados are often kicked up by strong outflow winds. Tornadoes form from the storm's rotating base.
Still impressive, but starting to fizzle. I mean, the clouds above us are churning still.
For the next few hours, this storm continued to terrorize folks on the ground with wind-driven hail, and folks in the air had close encounters with the storm's energetic side. As spring rolled in, chasers had their fingers crossed that storms would hold off, or else the view might be spoiled for one of the rarest shows on Earth. On April 8th, a total solar eclipse put on the show of a lifetime for over 50 million people across North America. From central Indiana, we were ready to rumble, as clear skies and no crowds meant we had one of the best views in the country.
You can see it like slowly starting to fade on the camera, that little sliver.
60 seconds.
Getting smaller.
Observe for shadow
For 4 minutes, animals went silent, the environment cooled off, and the lights dimmed to usher in one of the greatest shows from beyond the stars.
We made it! Holy cow! I need photos.
We've made it. Totality.
Wow. All coming back. And that was it. Wow. That was crazy.
That was wild.
Well, Dad, what do you think of that?
Pretty darn amazing. pretty amazing.
I think that's one of the better things we've seen.
It's pretty cool. It's on the top of my list.
Next, hurricane.
CJ, what do you think?
Amazing!
That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Time it is 2:53. Got a supercell. Really starting to organize.
On April 27th, severe storms made their return as a murky supercell was snaking through the valleys of western Wisconsin.
We're descending through the western Wisconsin valleys, trying to get on this storm. The question is, when we get there, are we actually going to be able to see anything because of all these trees and how hazy it is?
Out here, the closest radars are scanning 5,000 to 6,000 feet into the air. Meanwhile, storm chasers can see what's happening right at ground level. My new live stream was especially useful, so residents could get a safe look at the storm heading their way.
But we have a big wall cloud just to our north. We're going to kind of get back up towards that general direction.
Through occasional cracks in the trees, a large bowl-shaped funnel was beginning to take shape.
Alright, it's hard to see right now, guys, but we have a big bowl funnel back in there. Okay.
Fortunately for these folks, this storm was quickly running out of steam.
The storm is just so overrun with outflow. It's incredibly high up and incredibly ragged.
In May, you'd think most weather enthusiasts are hunting for billowing cumulus towers. But on May 10th, chasers once again had their fingers crossed that the storms would hold off, for another show beyond the stars was heading our way.
Well, that's the Northern Lights. Right above me.
A rare G5 geomagnetic storm brought auroras deep into the continental United States.
Dad, what do you think of this?
Pretty cool. Here we go.
All night long, the sky was painted with vibrant displays of greens, pinks, and purples. Prior to May 10th, the last G5 geomagnetic storm occurred over 20 years ago, back in 2003. In late May, a rare moderate risk was in place for western Wisconsin. The first storms of the day were just weak hail producers.
Nice wall cloud starting to get developed.
However, in the evening, conditions quickly deteriorated as tornado warnings lit up the radar screen.
That's what I thought. We're not going to see it. We're going to get to our east option and we're going to get out of here. Because that is not what we want to mess around with. That is a HP mess.
This complex of storms produced winds up to 80 miles per hour as it ripped through southern Wisconsin.
Up here, and we're still not done. We have another little line coming in behind this one.
Luckily, the majority of the tornadoes stayed out in open country.
There's power flashes up there, but I can't tell if that's tornado or just straight line winds.
I know storm chasers want to get inside of tornadoes, but this seems excessive.
The rest of May featured small local chases.
Impressive shelf cloud, but we're gonna have to get ready to roll.
But June was when the season got exciting. This time of year, severe weather activity moves from the Great Plains and towards the Great Lakes. With the uptick in storms, I was out chasing a few times per week.
Monroe, Wisconsin, this storm's heading your way. Y'all saw it here live on stream. This thing has some teeth to it.
Storms on June 3rd put on a beautiful structure show. However, it wouldn't be until the end of June that Mother Nature showed her teeth. June 19th seemed to be another low-end day, with just a marginal risk for severe weather.
Very interesting. We got a little area of spin right there.
A weak supercell did manage to start rotating between two colliding boundaries.
You can see that beautiful cinnamon bun up there. We're right underneath it, right in the bear's cage.
But this storm harmlessly gusted out over the countryside. On June 21st, another mean supercell was raging in southeast Wisconsin.
Lake Mills, Wisconsin. That's where we are. Mean storm.
For a while, this storm looked to have an increasing tornado threat, as multiple small areas of rotation converged into one large circulation.
All right, Johnson Creek, Wisconsin, here we are. Storm's knocking on your front door.
But once again, this storm gusted out over the Wisconsin countryside. So far, southeast Wisconsin was being spared from the ruthless 2024 tornado season. But not for long. June 22nd would be the day Wisconsin's luck ran out. Hidden within dense trees, valleys, and heavy rain, an intense tornado would destroy a church near Argyle, Wisconsin.
If there's something in there, we're gonna have a heck of a time seeing it. I'm almost wondering if we turn around here before we get overtaken by this.
But with no safe options to get close, I was forced to step back and let the tornado come to me.
Oh, I see funnel. Funnel cloud.
Muddy farm roads allowed for a risky hook slice through the storm's bear's cage. The bear's cage is the region directly below the mesocyclone, where tornadoes can touch down at any time.
Right up there. It's rotating right up there. I just want to get my bearings on what this thing is doing because I can't see.
Just behind this supercell, hurricane force winds were tearing through the Wisconsin farmland.
Get in. Holy cow, it's a complete whiteout out there. Getting rocked. Getting hammered.
These storms would produce an EF2 tornado in downtown Janesville, along with several other twisters across southern Wisconsin. Amazingly, there were no injuries reported during this tornado outbreak. As June came to a close, the scars from the active 2024 season were beginning to show, and Mother Nature refused to throw in the towel.
Yeah, big hail coming down in Waukesha, Wisconsin. Yeah, we're gonna get up here and get this gas station down here before we blow out a windshield. Nothing like a 4-punch at 6 a.m. Right on cue, here they come. This is where we'll take shelter from this. Holy cow.
But as time went on, the storms kept hitting harder.
This storm is moving at 25 miles an hour. It is a slow crawler.
This beautiful blue squall line tipped over trash cans and lawn chairs as ominous turbulence filled the sky.
About to lose my hat. All right.
The next day, a rotating supercell had its sights set on downtown Platteville.
We have a rotating wall cloud right in front of us, guys. I wonder if that's gonna do anything.
Fortunately, the weather pattern this time of year is more favorable for linear storms rather than tornado-producing supercells.
We're about to get clashed between two storms. I just want to get a stop and enjoy the view for a minute.
So far, the squalls from this pattern had been relatively harmless, but their bigger cousin was knocking on the Midwest's front door. On July 15th, another moderate risk was in place, as a powerful derecho was developing in eastern Iowa. A derecho is a unique breed of linear thunderstorms. For a storm to be classified as a derecho, it must travel 400 miles or more and produce multiple instances of significant damaging winds for the majority of its life. We were set up in Stockton, Illinois, but quickly began to second-guess our target.
Just stay here and let it run us over? Dude, I kind of want to keep with it. Kind of head east on this road, especially with all these power lines here. I'd rather not get stuck.
Hurricane-force winds in populated areas are a dangerous combination. Downed trees can block escape routes, flying projectiles can pose a serious hazard, and derechos can spawn tornadoes with little warning. Luckily, it didn't take long for us to find some open farmland.
Tornado warning, too. New tornado warning for our location.
Look at that, ripping right there. Big QLCS circulation. Right in front of us. We gotta move.
A bend in the line allowed this storm to breathe in warm inflow. Paired with exhales of cold outflow, it was only a matter of time before a tornado would materialize.
It's really dark, but it's spinning right in there.
We have visual rotation on reflectivity and velocity now too, right next to us.
Alright, we're getting out of the way of this thing. We gotta bail. I'm gonna submit a funnel cloud report because we have one right behind us. Really wispy, but it's there.
Oh, I think it's on the ground. I think it's on the ground.
There it is, look at it. Tornado on the ground?
I see it like basically on the ground.
Oh yeah, you got it.
Yep. Tornado on the ground, guys.
So we're safe and we can take a look.
This is getting dangerous. Dude, I'm thinking we find a field to stop. This is getting really sketchy in here. We got a lot of trees to get through and a lot of strong winds picking up.
All right, should we keep moving?
Yeah.
It's coming right over us.
This derecho produced over 50 tornadoes throughout its lifespan. Along with the tornadoes, wind gusts from this storm reached over 100 miles per hour. Paired with the torrential amounts of rainfall, it's easy to see how derechos earned the nickname of inland hurricanes. In August, the brutal severe weather season began winding down, as I went on a few more chases to close out my tornado season.
Got a little interesting area of spin below this whale's mouth. It's like a little cinnamon bun.
Little clouds that like come and grab on the trees. Look at that. I can't tell if they're rotating or not. I don't think they are. That's so weird.
While storm season may have been over, aurora season was just sparking up, as the Northern Lights put on an incredible 2024 encore.
The auroras are perking up. You can see we have those pillars on the horizon there. They're easily cutting through the light pollution. We are just outside of downtown Milwaukee, right on a parking garage with all these bright lights behind us, and no problem, auroras can easily be seen from this location. This is some of the reddest reds I've seen, easily.
I chased 37 days throughout 2024 and logged over 5,000 miles. I only saw 3 tornadoes this year, but that doesn't mean the season wasn't successful. I live streamed my chases to over 250,000 people. I saw 2 of the rarest natural phenomenon on Earth, and I got to do it with some of my best friends by my side. I'm incredibly proud of what I was able to accomplish this season. and it wouldn't have been possible without the support of you. All of you who tuned into the channel this year. Whether it was watching videos, live streams, or becoming channel members, made this season possible. Thank you everyone for making 2024 one for the books. And I can't wait to do it again in 2025.